Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is maybe Bonsai. Today I'm going to work on this juniper, and I think it's a blue star juniper, or more or less a common juniper. I see this everywhere. I did work on this earlier in the year, and I just pruned it a little bit back. I didn't do much to it because I was a bit scared to work on this, to be honest, even now, because I've seen videos that people what they do to this juniper, and you're supposed to kind of pluck the needles from the bottom of the branches, and so that it looks kind of upwards, and then taking back all the new growth and everything. And I don't know why I'm a bit afraid. I don't know what to expect really. And then people wire it and stuff. So today I'm going to tackle it, probably just prune it back, and probably prune it back by a lot, because this is really overgrown. I want to kind of get back into a small tree shape, and then next year I can repot it into a bonsai pot to get it out of here, just to make it grow a bit slower. Hopefully it works. I don't know, because last time I pruned it and there's a lot of brown tips, and I'm not sure if that's because of the pruning or the pinching, something I did wrong. I'm not too sure. But it has grown quite vigorously. There's a lot of new growth. You can see the tips are all new. So I'm going to take this back, probably prune it back quite hard, and then we'll go from there. So we'll get started with that. All right, so here you see the tree. It's quite bushy. I believe this is the front, because you can see the branch structure, and then I wired the top towards us. So I think this is the front. I really don't know where to start with this, because everything is it's just so dense. So I think what I'll do, I'm just going to take this back really hard, very liberally, and whatever happens, because at this stage I think I just want to do it to test things out. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I can always learn from the experience and make a better tree in the future. So with that said, I'm going to start with this branch on the right. Actually, no, I'll start with the left. The left is the lowest branch. I think I'm going to keep this branch as well. Although I probably don't have to. I could get rid of this and simply have this as a low branch. I think I might do that. The reason being is that I have two branches here. They're both basically coming out the exact same direction. On the same side. I don't, even you wire it, I guess you can wire this forward maybe, but I don't really like that. So I'm just going to take this off completely. That's a small tree on its own, but I'm not going to do cuttings. I'm not interested in cuttings on these. I'll clean that up afterwards. So with that gone, the next thing I'm going to do is get rid of this here. It's coming towards us, and it's just not in a good spot. It's really bushy, and it's kind of hanging down towards as it's blocking the trunk. And sure, you can argue you can wire this towards one side or the other, but there's already a lot of branches there, so I don't really think I need it. And like I said, this is going to be more of a experimentation, and hopefully it works. So this branch is way too large. There's so much stuff coming off of it, and I think what I'll do is get rid of this here first. And I think what I can do here is take this back a lot. Maybe I can use this branch and I can wire it towards that direction to create a little bit of taper and a bit of movement. I just think this is too long. So So I'm not gonna take this whole thing off right there. I'm gonna do this. I'll take it off to here for now, and then we'll see how things progress with this branch. So there's some, yeah, you see there's a lot of these brown dead tips. I don't know if I pinched them off or I pruned them off, but that's what happens afterwards. And I'm not 100% sure if that's normal or not. I haven't done anything special to it. It's in the sun all the time. So yeah, I'm not sure why that happens. Maybe it's normal. Okay, so with that gone, I'll take this back. So I want to create a pad over here. I'll reduce the main branch back. And here yeah, so maybe it is a good idea that I didn't do all the whole thing. So I could probably reduce it back to here, around this mark, and have these as a little pad. Or maybe even without that branch. Actually, I think I like it without that branch. So I'll push this down so it creates a more or less of a flatter pad. Just going to take that off a little bit. So I'm going to have to take this back pretty much by half. Do that first. This downward pointing branch I'm just going to get rid of. And these needles, from what I've seen in the videos, they pluck all these leaves or needles, whatever you want to call them. So basically the bottom is kind of bare, and all your needles are pointing up. That's what I see in other videos, at least. So that's what I'm going to try with this tree with this time, and I don't know, see how it responds, I guess. Don't want that. So all these are still too low. Okay, so we'll push that down like this, and hopefully that everything survives there. I'll take this off actually. So my main branch's needles are all gone at the bottom. I'll clean these up afterwards. I'm going to take off these. So I'm left with this, which I think will be okay. Take that back just a little bit. Okay, so I think that's it for that branch. I'll start with this now. This one also is really too long. And, you know, this being the lowest one, this one should be a little bit shorter or the same width, I think, at best. Which means I have to reduce this back quite a bit. Take that off. Get rid of some of the needles at the bottom. Okay, still quite long here. I think this is a good width. So just a bit smaller than the right branch. This here, I think I'll just pinch some of the new growth back. A lot of old needles in here that are brown. I think. I want to take this off, but no, I don't think I need to. This one has already, you know what, I will take this off. Hope I didn't take off too much there. So this will be down like that, and this will be down like that. A little more back. Okay, I'll just get rid of some of the needles at the bottom. There is a bottom pointing branch kind of I'm going to take off. Alright, let's move on up. So here there's a branch back here which I could push it back. And this would be in the front, but I don't know. I'll leave it for now, but this one I will take off. This is not very healthy, plus it's kind of getting blocked. bite everything else. So this one I do want to keep. Pluck away some of the needles first. So that'll be over here. This will be down, that'll be over there. So I'm going to take this off. And this is a previously pruned and that'll just sit back over here for now. It's a small branch. Hopefully it'll gain some vigor in the future. We'll see. And then I'll take some of the bottom needles off. Pinch back some of the growing tips. And by the way, this will be in the garage in the winter, so I'm not afraid of frost damage or wind damage in the winter. It just doesn't happen, which is why I'm pruning it now. Next week the weather is going to be cold. It's dipping down into the single digits, so winter is coming very soon. I'll leave that for now. That's good. Next branch is this one. This one I'm going to take off this first. It is also a bit long, very dense. So let's see, that branch is here, this is here. I pretty much need to take off a lot of these tips just to make it shorter. I'm going to take off this whole main straight part. This one is facing down. I'm going to remove it. Pluck some of the needles at the bottom. So again, I'm not sure this is the right thing to do. It's just what I've seen in videos. I hope it's right. If you have any advice, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I would appreciate any kind of suggestions for the future, any tips, and feel free to criticize what I've done. I can only learn from it. So okay, so I think that's fine for now. We'll leave that and move on to the next branch, which will be this one. That'll probably wire it towards the back a little bit, because the front two branches you want it to come towards the viewer, so they'll probably kind of do this, even though they're kind of already there. So, but this one I'll put it to the back a little bit just to create a bit of a difference. So it's too long. Round needles. Just going to pinch a little bit of it off. Okay, so I think that's okay for now. We move on towards this back branch, which is a good branch. This one has completely died off after pruning. I think it could be probably got shaded out. Remove that first. This branch is pointing pretty much straight towards the back, which is good. I do need to reduce the length of it. Probably all this come off. Pluck the needles. There's also a branch coming out of the base of this branch. I don't think I need it, and I don't want this place to become a bulge because of multiple branches coming from the same spot. So that's gone. I'm trying to decide if I should pinch this back a little bit. I think I will, just a bit. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, so I'll leave that. It's fine for now. Now let's take a look from the front. Okay, so this here, we just pruned this one. This here, I think I'll leave it just the way it is. It's a small branch for now, and it may get bigger in the future. I don't know if it's gonna grow or not, but I'm not gonna do anything to it. I think it's in a good spot. It could be useful, and I can always prune it off later on if I wanted to. So now the apex is somewhere that I always have trouble with. I don't know why. I just I don't know how to prune the apex. But ideally, I want to make it look like a small triangle up top. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this. No, not the whole thing. Maybe most of it. It's way too big anyway. This guy here obviously is a bit too big. I will take this back. Let's get over this middle part. Remove some of the bottom needles. I'm going to remove this bottom pointing branch. Downward pointing branch, not bottom pointing. I'm not sure if I need this. I'm just going to remove this whole thing. Pinch these back. This could probably get reduced more, but I think for now I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so this is where it gets complicated. I'm just not sure how to style the apex, but this branch is kind of not doing much. I'll take that off first. Remove some of the old needles that are brown. So I guess I'll reduce the size of it first, and maybe after that I can see better and maybe something will come out of it. I want to remove this bottom one here. It's too close. So let me remove this wire. I put this on before just so I could guide the top towards this direction. And it looks like it has more or less taken the shape. Oops. So I think the tree, I just want to be about this tall, not any taller than this. But it, you know what? After reducing of a lot of the leaves and the branches, it does look more like a tree now, much more open than before. I don't want, do I want this? I don't think I want this. Well, let's just pinch this back or prune it back for now. So I'm not sure if I'll keep this yet, but I just want to take it back so that it doesn't look so crowded around this area. Now the apex, so the tree comes here and the apex supposedly just like that. That's my leader here. This is the top. Let me just pinch the top. Whoops. Okay. Well, it looks like I kind of split the branch. Okay, well, that happens, I guess. I didn't want to pinch that much off, but it just happened, so nothing I can do now. So I guess what I'll do is, yeah, that's fine. I'll take the top off so that the leader would, this will be the new leader here. So that's okay. Pinch some of these growing tips. I think this here I'm going to reduce back. Actually, I think I'm going to split it into two parts. I think one video of 1 hour is way too long. It's sort of been half an hour trying to prune this thing. But you can already see this is much better looking, at least in my opinion. That is much better looking than before. I mean, before it was a bush. Now you can see the branch structure much better, except for the apex. The apex is a mess right now, which I have to figure out soon. And so what I'll do for part 2 is I'm going to wire the tree and then most likely kind of trying to fix the apex. But you know, pruning the needles or just taking them off from the bottom does make a big difference. You know, it gives the tree the much cleaner look. So yeah, I think I did the right thing. So I'm going to prune some of these knobs back so they're kind of flush, and then that would be this video. these is not touched from today. Get rid of that. I think that might be all of them. Well, I mean, probably all for now, but I'm sure later there'll be more, but that's fine. I'll just remove some of these. Okay, so for this video, I think that's it for this tree. So let me take you around for an update, because I see something that's around the outside stuff that I'm kind of surprised at. So here's my little pot of the forest. Not a forest, but just seedlings. What I noticed is the bark. See that? It's all gone. I don't know what happened to it. I initially thought it was the wire. You can see the wire marks. I just took them off. So I was like, oh, maybe the wire is doing something that's kind of getting rid of the bark, but that doesn't make any sense. And the tree's still growing, so I'm not sure, you know, what happened here, but maybe it's a rabbit. Because this was on the ground before, so I think a rabbit might have, maybe they can get up here and somehow, you know, eat the bark out. I have no idea. And you know, this one, I never wired this one, and you can still see the bark is like gone at the bottom. So that's really strange. I don't know what did that. Some other examples did this one, not wired, right? And look at that, the bark is gone. I don't know if this is like an animal or bugs or what, but yeah, just strange. You know, this right there, this one I wired, so that I'm not surprised. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is up here now, so I hope it doesn't happen again. I've checked all the other seedlings, and it doesn't have that. Like, these are perfectly fine, right? All the bark remain. This one I also kind of wired just to give it some movement. It's fine, but I need to take the wires off. Good reminder then. So yeah, I don't know what happened. Anyway, if you know what that is, maybe it's a rabbit or something, feel free to let me know, because I don't want that to happen, you know, again, because I don't even know if the trees are going to survive or not because of the missing ring bark. It's not, you know, it's like this tall. Anyways, that's it for this week. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.